Hi, it's Natasha. In this video, we are going to be answering 80% of the most common questions we get asked about patios. Patio renovation and construction is exactly as it sounds. We renovate existing patios. This can include changing the pavers to a new modern look, upgrading the size, and/or renovating the existing patio to a different layout. We also build new patios out of pavers. This is a full-service process including design, excavation, build, and cleanup. We also can take it a step further and build raised or multiple level patios with natural gas supply for fire pits, heaters, and barbecues. Upgraded options can include separate cooking areas, eating spaces, and relaxation areas. Patio pergolas are a popular option to protect you from the elements. Patio renovation costs can vary between $10,000 to over $50,000. This is a very wide range due to all the different options available to you. Size, materials, and site access can play a huge role in your exact costs. So what kind of patio can you get for $10,000 to $50,000? Well, for the basics, you are going to get a patio that has a solid foundation under it. You will get site protection, so none of your existing landscape or concrete is damaged from machines, and you will get a customized patio layout that fits your space. You can choose the pavers, the joint sand color, and even the flowers that outline the perimeter of the patio. Simply put, once you determine your budget, you will get the patio you envisioned. The difference between a raised patio and a ground level patio is quite significant, both in terms of how they are constructed and how they function. A ground level patio is the most basic design. If your patio door is low to the ground, you will want a ground level patio. If you want to take your outdoor space to the next level, you may also want to add a section that sits either higher or lower. The change in elevation clearly defines different spaces and their uses. If your patio door is higher, a raised patio is usually the best option. This is because it's most comfortable to exit a doorway and not have to take a step down. The added effort in having multiple tiered areas is definitely worth it. But it should be noted how a raised patio is actually built. The simplest explanation is, a retaining wall is built to the height in which you want your patio. Then, the middle of it is filled with gravel, and the pavers are laid, making them flush with the exterior retaining wall. A raised patio is every bit as strong as a ground level patio, but it does take more effort to make one. If your budget allows, we almost always recommend having a multi-tiered patio. Adding a roof structure is almost always a really nice addition to a patio. A roof structure not only protects from the hot sun, it can keep a light rain from ruining a great evening. The simplest of roof structures is probably a large umbrella stand that covers the majority of you and your guests. While the nicer option would be a cedar pergola, or even a full-on roof structure tied into your home's roofline. Roof coverings really help to keep the heat from a fire in and provide a great overhead place to hang light strands. It also helps to create a more intimate, cozy feel late into the night. If you're thinking about if you should have a roof structure, ask yourself this: do I want protection from the sun and rain? Do I have the space and budget to have this included into a patio bill? It's a personal choice if you want a patio roof structure, but from our perspective, most people do. Every patio should be at least sloped away from your home. The better patios are actually dual sloped. This means that while the water is directed away from your house, it's also directed away from undercover furniture or anything else that you want to keep dry. When we build patios, we use steel screed rods. These rods are set off of a laser that is perfectly accurate. There's no operator error this way, and what's left is a perfect, uniformly sloped patio that feels great to walk on. Being sloped uniformly also helps to ensure your furniture doesn't rock or wobble. You get no standing water, and after a rain event, the patio dries out fairly quickly. When deciding what is more durable between patio pavers and stamped concrete, we need to understand that they are both extremely durable, and there won't be a clear winner between the two for durability in the traditional sense. Pavers are usually made to a minimum PSI of 8,000, while concrete is typically made to 3,000 PSI. This means that pavers are technically stronger, but when was the last time you saw soft concrete? In order to decide between the two, we need to think about it from a maintenance and lifespan standpoint. Concrete is poured as a single pour and is, for the most part, a solid unit. There are relief cuts so that when the concrete cracks, which it eventually will, it cracks in the pre-made joints. This, however, doesn't always happen, and you can be left with big cracks across your patio. Pavers, on the other hand, are individual blocks that will not crack themselves. The joint sand between them is flexible, so you will not see unsightly cracks. Pavers may seem like the obvious choice so far, but unfortunately, they also require the most maintenance. Joint sand needs to be replaced every 10 to 15 years, or anytime you pressure wash the pavers, as the water will blow out the joint sand. Unlike pavers, when you pressure wash concrete, it requires no extra maintenance afterwards. Simply put, concrete has the lowest maintenance, but will crack seemingly where you least want it to. Pavers have the highest maintenance, but in my opinion look much richer and are worth the added maintenance. In high-end landscaping, pavers are usually the go-to choice because of the added depth they bring. They are available in many colors, finishes, and textures, and there will probably be a paver for everyone. The maintenance of patio pavers is typically a once or twice a year process. Ideally, you would gently clean the surface of your pavers frequently so they do not get dirty and that they will not need a pressure washing. What typically tends to happen though is the pavers are neglected to the point where pressure washing is the most effective and fastest way to clean the surface of the pavers. Unfortunately, all paver companies that I know of do not recommend the use of pressure washers. Pressure washers are very damaging to the surface of the paver. This causes color loss, top coat damage, and the surface of the paver to become pitted, which makes them even harder to clean. Instead, gentler cleaning options can be sprayed on, and a stiff, bristled brush can help to remove any dirt and debris as long as the pavers aren't too dirty. Your local landscape supply or big box store will have suitable cleaners to use. A second reason you don't want to pressure wash your pavers is the pressure water will remove the joint sand from in between the pavers. This will have to be replaced afterward, or your pavers will start to shift. You really should avoid pressure washing if you can, so that you don't have to replace the joint sand, which is very costly and time-consuming to do. Remember, frequent cleaning with approved cleaners is how you want to clean your pavers to keep them looking their best. Protecting your patio furniture is something that we have learned the hard way. Regardless of how big your patio roof structure is, the extreme weather in the winter will always take its toll on your outdoor furniture. What we have learned is that blowing snow and driving rain will at some point get your couch cushions wet, and the wind will pick them up from time to time. Quality-built furniture stands up really well to this, but lower quality cushions stain rather easily. If you don't plan on using your furniture for some time, I would recommend bringing them inside if you can. Being indoors will keep it dry and free from animals and birds trying to use it to keep warm. If you can't bring it indoors, a good storage shed that won't leak can be a decent option. Using big plastic garbage bags can help to keep the cushions clean. Just be sure to leave the bags open on the end so the cushions can breathe while they are in storage. There are many reasons you could be a good fit for a patio. The most obvious being you want an outside area to cook, eat, and relax. But if you think about it, patios provide so much more than that. They are like a home base for your backyard, or where you stand as you watch your kids and dogs play, and where people congregate as they take in nature. Most importantly, they provide a hardscape area that limits the amount of foot traffic your lawn sees. Lawns are not meant to see constant foot traffic in the same area, and this is why homes without a patio always have trouble growing grass right next to them. If you don't have a patio, I feel quite confident in saying you probably are a great fit for a patio. But what if you already have a patio and you want a bigger patio? Well, in that case, it's time to talk. Time to talk patio renovation.